Last year in the huge unconstitutional bill that some of my colleagues voted for, Regina and I did, Representative Baton and I did vote for. But one thing included in that large bill last year was a parent trigger for parents in local school districts to petition to leave that school district if the school was labeled a DRNF for 3 consecutive years. But we didn't give that same power to the parents in the recovery school district. And I couldn't for the life of me understand why we didn't want to give that same power to the RSD parents. David could probably tell you what it's really about. But my bill seeks to address that issue, and it gives the same parental empowerment that the folks preached last year. It gives the same choice that you heard last year over and over to parents in RSD schools. Here in East Baton Rouge Parish, we have 7 RSD schools. All of them are F school. I have one in my district, Lanier Elementary, that school, while they made gains in the last year or two, since they've been taken over by the RSD, the school performance score has dropped about 20 points. And they're slowly climbing back up. But the parents in that school, in the other RSD schools, don't have the same power to petition to Bessie to return back to the local school district as parents in EBR. And this bill seeks to address that, and it seeks to even the playing field and give all of our parents the same parental empowerment and the same choice that we fought so hard for last year. I'm very excited about the bill. There are so many issues in New Orleans with the recovery school district. I've even been contacting my folks in Cattle Parish because they have 2 RSD schools. And they are just excited about this bill. And I think that along with the 2 bills that Representative Barrow has filed, we will really return some power and some equity back into our local school districts. In regards to the breakaway district, I don't have to talk to you guys about why that bill is a bad bill, not only for EBR, but for the entire state. When you look at the impact on the MFP, those numbers are not local, one community numbers. Those numbers are from Dr. Richardson, who studied this issue for years. So don't question the numbers that you see here. We didn't just make those numbers up. They came from Dr. Richardson, who everyone knows and is well respected in his field of work. So if you look at Central, the number of tax elections that they've asked for since they've created, I think either 3 or 4, same thing with Bacon and Zachary. If the governor's tax proposal passes, that will, and I don't think it will, I see you shaking your head, but let's just assume that it does, and then this goes through as well. For you guys who live in that district, I don't even want to talk about what your sales taxes are going to look like. It will completely wipe some of our families out. And this is something, I'm a product of EBR schools. If you've heard me talk, you hear me say that all the time. And I know I wouldn't be standing here but for the education I received right here in EBR. And I think it's important that all of the parents and all of the children have the same opportunities that I had. And when I talk, when I talk to some of the parents on the other side, and very few, they are a loud minority, the same folks that I keep hearing from on the other side, and most of those folks aren't parents that are pushing for this district. But the few parents that I talk to, and I understand their concerns, and they always tell me, Representative James, you don't have children, and this is something that I believe will benefit the children in my house and in my neighborhood. And my answer to them is, when I ran, I gave up that right to only care about the kids in my house and in my neighborhood. And this decision, this district will harm all of the kids in the district. And when we were elected, Representative Barrow and I, we have to not only look at her grandson, my nieces and nephews, but we have to look at how it impacts everyone. Because at the moment, I don't have any children. I don't go to the schools as often as some of you guys do. But I know what the school district did for me and what it's going to continue to do for our children if we allow our school leaders, David Tappan here, the president of our school board, if we allow them to do what they were elected to do. I think that we'll continue to see gains in EBR. Because last year when they talked about our district, they complained because it was a D. And now it's a C. And next year it'll be a B. So we're going to continue to show them that we're making strides. If they just leave us alone right there.